guys know tomorrow is Veterans Day, and although we're not doing anything for that, we are going to have mini flags laid out at the drop-off circle. So when you guys see them tomorrow, just think about the significance of Veterans Day, which is to pay tribute to all American veterans, both living and dead. So think about that tomorrow.
Today at lunch, Classical Honor Society is putting on a relay race, so you should all participate.
And please keep your announcements short. We don't have that many today, but
we've been going over
time. Yeah.
If you do like a laptop in like a gray case, can you bring it to the office?
So I have two announcements. First off is today at lunch in Mr. Johnson's room in the Underworld, we're having our first JETS meeting. JETS is an engineering club. We have a competition in the spring. So if you're interested in math, science, or anything like that, please come. We have teams for underclassmen and upperclassmen. Please come for that. And then, continuing on what Joseph said about Veterans Day, we're also going to be passing out poppies today. Poppies are a traditional symbol of remembrance. So we're going to be passing them out today, but please wear them tomorrow. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about their history. They come from the poem In Flanders Fields it was written by the Canadian Colonel John McCrae, and they were traditionally used on Armistice Day because that was the end of World War I, and there were red poppies that grew on some of the fields from that war. So please pick one up on the way out and wear it tomorrow.
So if you live in Salinas, you still have an opportunity to go to Japan for 2 weeks. And Mrs. Uchida has applications. It was an amazing experience for me because it was really cool seeing Japan, one. And then also I got to meet a K-pop star in the Tokyo Tower, so that was cool. Second, your favorite club, chess club, is meeting tomorrow. And also, Lyceum went amazingly well. Nearly all of us got at least one resolution passed, and Tom Liu got chosen to represent his committee on live TV, so that was pretty cool.
Alright, thank you for everyone that's in MUN, and for everyone that's going to SMUNC. We'll be meeting tomorrow at 1:40 up at the Vans in the senior parking lot. So you're going to miss 6th period and part of 5th period. Please ask your teachers. Do not tell them you're leaving. Make sure they're okay with it. Also, remember you need to turn in both the permission slips, the one from York and the one that's the Stanford one, and the $130 to either me or Megan by tomorrow. If you do not have this in, then you cannot go. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Aviation Club is today at lunch. Today we are going to be playing a fun aircraft identification game. There is a prize for the winner. I hope to see many of you there, even if you don't know anything about aircraft.
Classical Honor Society. Quad in Commons. We're having our relay races today in the Commons. Be there.
In 9th grade, I truly detested running. I was never any good at it. I was never athletic, and I certainly wasn't fast. So naturally, I decided to join the cross-country team. I had always heard stories of kids trying new sports in high school, them turning out to be the best on the team, and eventually becoming a star. When I began cross-country, a small part of me hoped this would come true, but alas, it did not. At the beginning of the school year, I had planned on doing something easy, like walking or badminton, but when the time came to sign up for health and fitness, I started thinking about something else. I started playing with the idea that maybe I'd try something new. Maybe cross country. Even though I was apprehensive, I decided to sign up. I knew it wouldn't be any good, and I was right. That first practice, I nervously walked into the field. Then, I did all the strenuous warm-ups, drills, and laps, which left me drained afterwards. By the end of that first practice, I so badly wanted to quit. I hated running, and I despised cross country. I never wanted to run ever again in my life. When I told my mother this, she said that I should give it a second try. I complained, but in my heart, I knew she was right. I knew quitting on the first day would be a foolish decision. So the next day, I decided to try again. That time, it wasn't as difficult as before, and I saw a possibility this could work. As the season progressed, I got better. I could feel myself becoming less and less tired after school. My muscles stopped aching, and these subtle improvements motivated me to continue. At one specific meet, I remember receiving my time. I had improved by 3 whole minutes. Even though I was still one of the slowest runners, I allowed myself to rejoice, as this was proof of my improvement. At all the meets, I finished close to last each time, and throughout that season, there were many other times in which I attempted to convince myself to quit, but I stuck with it. I stayed strong. I learned how rewarding trying new things can be, and I learned to never give up, even if you don't think you can go on any further. I realized that you don't have to be the best at something to get something meaningful out of it, and even if you finish last, that doesn't mean you didn't win.
Members, faculty members, everyone who supported the musical 1776 and made it not just a success, but a timely one. So I thank you. Secondly, for those few cast members who have not yet returned their scripts, turn them in today by 3:30, or you get a $50 fine. Okay, moving on. I would like very much to announce the winter play. It has been said, by me as well as other people, that death is easy, comedy is hard, which is one of the reasons we don't do comedies very often. But it occurred to me that perhaps this was an educational opportunity that should not be missed. So the winter play will be, and this is partly for Jill, the complete works of William Shakespeare, abridged, revised. All 37.
But some of the local middle schools are not in session, so it's a great opportunity for students to come and visit. We've broken visits into 2 periods in the morning, 2 periods in the afternoon, and so your classes in the 9th grade are going to be a little larger than usual. Please do your work jobs today because we have guests tomorrow. And can the following students just please check haiku, because we're trying something new this year to announce that you have a student that you're hosting, and I just want to make sure everyone's checking. Cole Gibson, Katie Calciano, Bethany Blakeman, Michael Scolas, Jupiter Barry Smith, Fletcher Gaucher, Alexa Ortiz, Francesco Carrillo, Suyeon Kim, Edwin Gao, Owen Yu, Beyond Stores, Emily Pates, Annabelle Norman, Mike Kokasi, Tom Liu. If I've called your name, congratulations. You're not on The Price is Right, but you get to host tomorrow. Thank you.
Good morning. As I think you know, you are unique in many, many ways. But one way is that you are the only high school student body that we know of in the world that has an opportunity to receive a scholarship to travel and study abroad. And I think you these CIE trips. Many of you have been on them. I hope you're all considering applying for this year. The deadline is coming up. So please give that serious thought. There are lots of good reasons to study abroad. It can be a life-changing experience. You might meet a K-pop star. There are all sorts of important reasons to do that. Here's another one. Proud and pleased and very excited to announce that this year's senior class will be the first to qualify for the possibility of a special transcript and diploma designation that we're going to call Distinguished Global Scholars Certificate. So, as seniors, you're eligible, but for all of you to be thinking about this, there are 3 criteria: advanced coursework in certain areas, obviously some language and others, an experience abroad, and then some project when you return. So there are at least half a dozen seniors who are already working on this. So I have 2 messages for you. First, to seniors, if you've had a significant experience abroad and you think you qualify, we're going to be making more announcements about the proposal application process for you to have a chance to qualify as a distinguished global scholar. For those of you who are in classes 8 through 10 and 11, please start planning. At some point, you're going to want to take a trip. This may be the summer to do so that you too can qualify for this Distinguished Global Scholars designation. You may know that only about 1% of students who apply to college every year have had a significant travel abroad experience. Even fewer than that 1%, would have an actual designation on their transcript that they have qualified for this distinction. So go for it. Have a good time. Start getting your applications in. If you've got questions, you can check in with me, Mr. Raymond, Sanford, and any number of people, Dr. J, know about this process, and we encourage you to apply for a trip and to start thinking about receiving the Distinguished Global Scholars designation. Thank you.